You want to get to know somebody first, especially if you're going to start to sell to them, because then you know more about whether or not they can represent your brand and whether there's a cultural fit between that person and the brand. Let me just stay with you for a second, Scott. Is how do you get to know somebody? How do you get to if a driver on the call identifies a marketing director that they might want to do business with and be a sponsor for their brand? How do I meet that person? How do I get to know them? What is a good way to do so?
Social media, right? Like social media is out there to be social. So I'm a big proponent of using LinkedIn. I don't think enough of our industry, or I mean, I'm a power sports guy primarily, but very minimal of the power sports industry uses a service like LinkedIn. And just start looking at people, right? Start looking at, all right, I want to do something with Engine Ice. Who works at Engine Ice? And again, go on there and start to comment on some of their posts. If you find some value in something that they do, hey, that was really nice. Hey, congratulations. Like all those little pieces, all those little breadcrumbs add up. I would invite anyone that's on any of your calls. They want to know more about me, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I love talking to people about what I do. I mean, we're all passionate about our sport.
Mm-hmm.
We're passionate about the brands that we work for. We want to tell our story and we want to hear your story, right? So you start working out on those things and just don't get all salesy. Like I don't want you to connect with me and then the second thing I get from you is a proposal. Like that's not what I'm looking for.
Right.
But at the same point, like, hey, I like what you did with this product. Hey, can you tell me more about your hot rod coolant versus your pure performance product? Like those are the kind of things that build those conversations and allow people to just connect with each other.
So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to ask Vic the same question, and that is, have you ever sponsored somebody from a deck and you haven't met that person in person? They just sent you a deck or a proposal or some kind of marketing material. Have you ever issued a sponsorship that way, or do you want to see somebody and meet them, shake their hand, look in their eyes first? We'll start with Scott and then go to Vic.
On a higher level, probably not, but on a product support level, yeah. Product support, minimal investment from our company. Yeah, send me. We use the Hook It service. We use MX Sponsor. So like I'm looking at people all day long and providing product discounts. From a higher level of like, you know, co-branding sponsorships or presenting sponsors on race teams, stuff like that. That's a much longer conversation. And that doesn't even really start with a deck. Because I mean, how many decks have you seen that all have the exact same thing? How many decks do you get from a racer in a series that shows the series value, which is not like we get 800 hours of television? Like, well, you don't. The series might, but tell me what you do. Um, it serves as an introduction, at least. It's better than a misspelled email. It shows some professionalism. It's better than just an Instagram message that's all lowercase or stuff like that. So it shows a little bit of that. Is it worthwhile? Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile to start there because I don't think it negatively affects your decision. I'm not saying it is the only driver in the decision, but yeah, it's definitely something like, all right, maybe this guy took some time, and if he did this much time on his deck, his racing is better. He'll follow through better on some of the things that we ask you to do.